University of Nevada denies that white students can't live in identity-based dorms set aside for blacks, Latinos, a bunch of letters, some Native to Americans like me, because it would risk their safety. Report on Wednesday claimed the University of Nevada Reno had segregated dorm. Young America's Foundation reported whites couldn't live with minorities. YAF claimed whites weren't allowed in LLC designated for minorities. LLC, everybody, not the limited liability corporation, but the living learning community. It's so nice how they put that, right? That's so nice. We're anti-fascist. We're not communists, we're anti-fascist. Labels. Dorm official told YAF that whites weren't admitted for the safety of students. Which students? Would it be these poor minorities or would it be the whites? Who's in danger here? Great question. But UNR spokesperson later told dailymail.com that the dorm official misspoke. The LLCs are open to any and all students living on campus, UNR said. The dorm, Great Basin Hall, has instituted so-called living learning communities, or LLCs, according to YAF. In these communities, students with shared academic, social, and cultural interests live on the same floor and attend courses together, according to the university website. This experience is considered a high-impact practice, promoting higher grade point average and higher first-year and second-year retention rate. Okay, so if there is some positive to it, then certainly willing to listen. The LLCs are designed to make it easier for students to interact and engage with academic and administrative faculty outside of the classroom, as well as develop personal relationships with peers of similar academic, social, and cultural interests. Let's scratch the academic one off the list because basically it boils down to you're Mexican, I'm Mexican. You're black, I'm black. You're native to America, I'm native to America. You're gay, I'm gay, etc., etc. That's what it seems to boil down to. Everything else is secondary. The UNR website lists a total of 15 LLCs, 15, most of which are designated according to the college that students plan to pursue their major, including the College of Business, College of Science, or College of Engineering. 4 of those LLC are distinctly identity-based. Black scholars, Indigenous, which is Native to America, like we all are, gender, sexuality, and identity, and Latino. Gender and sexual. So there's some for males and females? Is that what they're telling me? Because, the Black Scholars LLC connects all students and provides a supportive environment to collectively explore Black identity, cultures, and communities, according to the website. Is that what you're in college for? To explore cultures and communities? Black identity? And I'll say this, especially as it pertains to business, College of Science and College of Engineering, aren't you in college to learn what you need to learn to go get a career? Exploring cultures and communities. Is that... I could see that in some kind of social sciences field, but I went to the School of Business Administration for my BS and my MBA. I didn't live on campus. I couldn't imagine being segregated in such a way. Wait, are there white identity protected spaces for those white people? Because I might get kind of scared if I have to be around somebody who's not looking just like me and who doesn't think just like me. It's so scary. I need people around me in my bubble who totally agree with me, and I get really sad if one of the people who looks like me, if they don't agree with me. I want to go on my little safe space. Is this really how people want to live? Segregated? What are you going to do when you graduate? How are you going to survive in the real world? Actually, no, I got something. When they graduate, they go out into the real world and like, oh my God, say you're a Latin individual. Oh my God, I'm in this workplace and there's black people. Oh my God, they're straight white men. They have nothing in common with me culturally. I can't do it. Maybe in my workplace, I can form a little group of just Latino people. And better yet, Latino women if I'm a woman. Oh, but they're not gonna do it? Oh, well, maybe I'll go back to the college and they'll take me back in their arms and I can go get a master's degree and they can segregate me again with the other Latino females. Can you imagine that kind of life to live sheltered in such a way? And this is what I talked about before with Strong and Grand long ago when we were talking about the HBCUs, the historically black colleges and universities. What kind of environment is that? Who would want to embrace or live in this monoculture that whole time of 4 years, 5 years, however long it takes? Or, 2, 3 years if you transfer from a JC. Who would want to live like that? I can't imagine that life. I can't imagine going somewhere and just seeing people and being such a pussy that I feel like I need to see people that look like me, think like me, talk like me, act like me. Scary to think there'd be more of me out there. Oh man, that'd be scary. The LLC will also provide support, mentoring, and networks necessary for educational success and empowerment while providing a comfortable living experience on campus. Students will have the opportunity to connect and network with peers and faculty who identify as black faculty, engage in common black studies classes, and remember we're talking about the black group here now. And this would be the same for all of the other groups as well. Participate in cultural events and activities. Black, the other identity-based LLCs offer the same exact services for students from their respective ethnic and gender-based backgrounds. Female, gay, queer, whatever you want to call it, trans. What else we got? Latin, native. Oh my goodness. When a reporter for Young America's Foundation tried to get a better understanding of the requirements for gaining entry into one of the identity-based LLCs, she was informed that white students could not register. Whoopsie, we slippy on that one. In the identity-based communities, for the safety of student participants, it is important only students who hold that identity are considered. Well, I consider myself black, so let me in, woman. Dean Kennedy, who heads UNR's Office of Residential Life, Housing, and Food Services, told YAF, but the university released a statement, damage control, to dailymail.com, claiming that Kennedy misspoke and that whites are free to live together with the minority students in the LLCs. And you think of Jamal in the House Party movies, when Kid went in there and saw that his roommate was Jamal, and then Jamal turned out to be whatever he was. So Jamal, you're good, man. You can go into this LLC. Slippy, as I said. Because this statement here, you can claim it's a misspoke, but this sounds like a professionally worded statement to give to somebody who tries to check you on your BS. In the identity-based communities, for the safety of the student participants, it is important only students who hold that identity are considered. Doesn't that seem like something a lawyer would write up? Like something you read a script when somebody calls to check you on that? Oh, well, I'm not black, but what about me getting into that black group? Revert to statement from lawyer. The article goes on to talk a little bit more about the coursework. It has to be specific to that, which they referenced above. They talk about some reaction here. My guess is if there was a hall who wanted to exclude all but white, they would come down on them like a ton of bricks. Maybe, but I think we see how things are going where segregation is encouraged in so many aspects of life now. Safe spaces like I talked about before. It's pretty sad. I wonder how these individuals are going to be when they become adults, if they ever do grow up? Do they have white-only living, learning community? If not, it's patent discrimination based on race, and the racists who concocted this evil scheme should be sued. Dr. King would be rolling over in his grave. Stuart Boyd, probably a white guy, because that's the go-to for white people every time you gotta throw that Dr. King quote out there, like I talked about with what goes on in February. All the white liberals love to quote Dr. King, blah, blah, blah. But they probably don't know much about what he was really about, and I don't. That's why I don't speak on it. The return of segregation. This is out of context for Nevada. Probably not. Don't believe the university. Who would want to live in identity-based dorms? Exactly what I'm saying. What a life. What a terrible existence to only exist within your racist monoculture. I said it, and I've said it about the NBA and the NFL. It's the same thing. Racist monoculture. Maybe I'm not calling it the right thing, but that's how I see things. When you exist only within your realm of like-minded individuals, sometimes that can be a good thing. Most of the time, that can be a bad thing, because all of a sudden you become one big racist organization and you think that you're doing good. That's the crazy thing, is they think, these organizations like this, and sports organizations, they think they're doing good by segregating themselves off. But all you're doing is just creating one big ball of shit rolling downhill, where individuals are only seeing one culture, one perspective. Isn't the point of going to college to meet others, kind of get exposed to different people, different ideas, different backgrounds, stuff like that? And we don't know how many students in the school do this, but willingly segregating yourself, and that you don't see that that could be toxic for you long term. You think it's good to be cradled, and you get your little binky and have the tit in your mouth and just have everything so easy. We'll see what happens, as I said, when they get out in the real world and they see that things aren't like that. They're going to go running back to that college, try to go in the master's program just to be around their own again for 2 more years. Oh, goodness, people. Why are we doing this? Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and don't segregate yourself. Don't be like these idiots. If you do, you're going to become a racist turd. Take care, everyone. Be well. Thanks for watching.